Our next exercise is called the shoulder bridge. And if you've watched the video for the hip rolling bridge, you'll see some similarities for this one and the hip rolling bridge, but there's also some important differences. So I want to make sure that those are really clear. And so let's go ahead and get started, okay? So for the shoulder bridge, we're going to be in the same position as we would be for the hip rolling bridge, which is face up, feet flat on the floor, knees bent. All right, now for the hip rolling bridge, we articulated through the spine and we rolled up gradually one vertebra at a time to the top. For the shoulder bridge, it's a little bit different. We actually want the entire spine to move as one. So it's almost like we have kind of a lever system and we're squeezing from the glutes and lifting the entire spine off the floor as a flat line with the point of contact with the floor being the upper back and the back of the shoulders. So with the arms flat on the floor, okay, shoulders down, we're just going to take the entire spine as one unit, squeeze the glutes and lift the tailbone. You should really feel something going on in the glutes and the hamstrings. And we're going to lift all the way to the top and hold here. Now, the part of this that becomes a little bit more challenging is to then lift each foot off of the floor one at a time. And before I do this, I like to bring my feet into the center. That gives me a little bit more balance for this. Okay, so my feet are now close together, but still my hips are lifted, my glutes are squeezed. Now I'm going to start with this leg here, the one that's farthest away from you, because I want you to watch what happens to this hip on this side. Very commonly, when I lift this leg up, this hip will drop, okay? Or I'll lift this leg up and my hips will tilt a little bit over to this side because now it's heavier on this side, so everything's going to be being pulled over. What I want to try and do is avoid both of those things and instead be able to keep my hips perfectly level, perfectly still, so if you were just watching this hip, you'd have no idea that anything had happened. All right, so I'm going to anchor my arms down into the floor, really squeeze the glutes, make sure I'm scooping through the belly because that's where all of the power for this will come from. And then peel my foot up off of the floor, keeping this other hip completely still so that there's no evidence that anything has happened. And I'll bring it back down to the floor, peeling that foot into the floor and now switching sides. And now it's my challenge to try to do the same thing on this side. Keep this hip still while this foot raises up. Again, it's that idea of peeling the foot up off of the floor and peeling it down. And when I say peel, I mean start with your heel, lift that, then lift the ball of your foot, and then your toes, okay? So now let's try this all together. Let's come back down to the floor for a little bit of a rest, because that can really work not only your glutes and hamstrings, but also you might start to feel the muscles in your lower back contracting just to hold you up in that position. All right, so palms down, shoulders down, scooped through the core. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, lift. Again, the whole spine comes up as one unit. Right? Get the feet in a nice position where you feel kind of centered and balanced. Maybe they're a little bit closer together, for instance. And then, keeping your left foot on the floor, you'll peel up, starting with your right heel, ball and toe of that foot. Lift that leg into tabletop position. Inhale here at the top. Exhale as you bring it down and peel those toes back into the floor. Other side, inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll try one more. Trying again to keep the hips nice and still. Inhale up. And exhale down. Hold here and inhale. Exhale, release down to the floor. All right, great job. Again, that was called the shoulder bridge.